Good afternoon and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be playing more with the Toyota Echo. So if you're new to this channel, this is my Toyota Echo 2004 model, I believe. Originally front wheel drive, now swapped with a 7-age engine. Running an S13 rear end, it's a high comp motor. Last video I got it fired up for the first time. So it is running completely on a Haltech system. That powers everything, complete Haltech loom, everything is in there for the engine. Body wise, not so much. I did enough to get it by. Since I put that video up, I've actually wired the fuel system, that's done. I'll show you guys that soon. And I've been tinkering, I've done a few other little bits, you know. Man's got to do stuff on his time off. Yesterday, didn't film a thing, nothing at all. But I got a bit done. I got the brake lines done, I got the clutch line done. Clutch is bled and tested. Fluids in the gearbox and diff. What else? Vacuum block, I'll show you guys that. The big next one, I had the power steering works. I got the right module now. So that is a huge one. So a big thing I thought was the power steering in there. And it works now, what can I say? The right module and things are away laughing. So today's video, big one is going to be getting those brakes bled, which is pretty quick for you guys watching. It's going to take me a few minutes though. And inside the car, if you go inside the car, somewhere down there, the accelerator pedal. It's literally just tacked a steel bracket that it's bolted to onto a cross brace. I did that yesterday as I had a temporary bolt up. There we are. So it's pretty easy. I'll just reinforce that from behind, just tack it into place. That way when I finish doing what I need to do, the temporary measures on the inside, that can come out and I can weld it up for good. But for now, I kind of just want to, well, I need to get this car off the hoist because I've got customer cars this week that need to get up there. 2 different jobbies that have to be done. So today, I want the car to drive. I'm going to work bloody hard to get that done, and at the end of it, it won't be able to be driven far. There's still no alternator. There's an alternator, there's no belt. I chewed that up in one of my first starts. That was a bit of bloody disappointing, but yeah. Let's get down here and see what I have done, eh? First, we got a remote clutch reservoir that goes through the firewall, down there. I guess it's not even a firewall really, it's a scuttle panel, goes down, vacuum line, simple as, brake is full, it's still got to get bled obviously, all the lines running down, still need a P-clamp up here, everything is done up for them. We have got a vacuum line off the booster around to this, if you guys can get in there. So we've got a distribution block for the vacuum. So we've got one to each cylinder, I guess you call it. It's on the intake plenum. So you one to each of that, and then one to the ECU and one to the brake booster one-way valve. So that is super simple. I still got to get the right length bolt, so there's a cable tie holding it in place. But I wanted to get it in the right spot to make the lines. As I said, the alternator needs a belt. I need to put a dipstick in, but we'll block that off for the meantime. Or maybe I'll work that out this way. Nah, bugger that. Let's block that off. I'm going to do a bit of cutting, a bit of measuring, and just get that throttle knocked out first. Then probably just jump into the brakes. Let's see if this bloody thing drives, eh? I hope so. I can't see why it wouldn't. Up in the air, it starts. No, you know what? Bugger it. No, I was going to say let's start it. But let's stick to things in order, yeah? I'm going to knock out the accelerator pedal, you guys wait right here, and when I come back, we'll be close, you know, if the brakes are bled, we'll try and drive it. And we're not going to go very far, because at the moment, we're not going to go too far, because there's a white 180 block in the way. Just probably from here to here. I mean, proof of concept, I don't even have to go very far, I just have to go back and forth. That counts as driving it. And it's a bloody terrible Melbourne day out here. Whenever I'm filming at the moment, it's raining, so it's bloody shocking. It's enough bloody yapping. Let's get into it. Wow. Absolute wow. That's got to be the easiest I've ever bled up brakes. Just doing it by myself. I've got a little bit of a one-way bleeder, It's a ball and spring sort of thing. I think it was King Chrome back in the day. I don't know if they still do it. Pretty easy. Put it on, crack it open, pump the brakes as you would, but you can leave it open and no air comes back. Doesn't quite get all the air out as good as doing it with someone else, but works pretty bloody well. Brakes are as good as bled. And I started with a 1 litre bottle. I've got 600 mils left. That's bloody awesome. It means I didn't have to even put that much through it. It just worked, especially with complete brand new dry lines. No leaks. It's a win, both brake and clutch. The accelerator pedal, it's a bit iffy still. If we get in there, you can see the pedal. It's got a little bit of a brace on that side, but it twists around the top here, pushes back, and that's just because it's not braced properly. But it'll work for the time being. Just can't push too bloody hard, which I'll be just touching the throttle to move it anyway. Maybe I'll give it a little bit of a blip just for that noise, you know. A little bit of excitement. Before I take it up off the hoist, I need to lift it up in the air. I'm actually going to take the side skirt off because that front guard has to come off to do the front loom, as it's all going to run through there. And, you know, make hay when the sun shines. It's already up in the hoist. Why not take that side skirt off now? Oh, pardon me. Yeah, take the side skirt off now, saves hassle, and I can do all the loom work on the ground. The front bumper is just hanging on for dear life. That'll come off soon. It'll look good for the first drive, and I need it for a thumbnail too, so that can stay. Side skirt doesn't matter. It's already missing the wing mirror on that side. What's a little bit more, you know? But we'll get that up, get it in the air, get it off. Let's drive this car. Let's move this car under its own power for the first time. Hopefully it goes smooth. God damn, hopefully it goes smooth. While I work, I'm looking over at the potential problem I have got here. So potential problem is, I've got the IC7 here, the Haltech dash, and it is in a nice visor. The factory dash lives in the middle here. And I think it's a no bueno. I don't think I can put the Haltech over there. I don't think it'll look right. I might see if there's a mount for it to go there. It'd look kind of cool to use the factory position, not have it out in space. Otherwise, I'm thinking I'll kind of make a mount and just stick it up in the middle. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking at the moment. It's one that's kind of doing my head in, but it'll fall into place. Everything's kind of falling into place with this car at the moment. I am getting more and more excited, although there's hundreds of jobs still to do. I mean, the inside's still barely been touched. It's kind of just mock-up. It's all got to come back out again. The outside, getting closer. Engine bay, nearly done, actually. All the lines are done. The loom's all put in place. Yeah, I'd say the engine bay is as good as done. Oh, except the bloody dipstick. That's a battle for another day, though. I need to be in a clear headspace to knock that one out. Keep getting little bits of metal irritating my face. Anyway, let's get this car ready for its first drive. Yeah, it's a first drive, rear wheel drive. This is it, the moment of truth. Inside the bloody cockpit at the moment, better attach a steering wheel, and by attach I mean slide a loose fitting steering wheel over. Or, mind me, it's fine. Battery terminal. Oh, pardon me. That's a challenge. Get that on there. Got the Hell kit connected. We are good to go. One thing, as I said, we got the power steering. Is this wire here is ignition. So what we'll do at the moment, we'll poke him. I don't know if you heard, but there's a little relay click inside of it. He can just go into a power in there. And just go key on. We got power steering. The wheel alignment's still shit house, but it's a moment of truth. We got water, we're good to run for a little bit. I sat an alternator belt on, so you can see there, we're actually at 14.5 volts. That's fucking massive. If anything, that's probably too big. But I'm happy with that. I can deal with that indeed. We've got a few faults. We'll deal with them after. But let's see if this moves, eh? Oh, died when I put the clutch in. Oh well, let's work that out. I think it just died when I put the clutch in because it got off its cold start, so the tuning's a little bit off. Let's play with that fueling because it's a little bit rich. Let's just take a heat out. And then we're good to go, hopefully. That's a shitload out. So this car's getting tuned and wow. I got no idea the length of this car, which kind of shits me when there's customer cars around. But that's a win. We are moving under our own power. The clutch is really sensitive. Oh, that alternator belt is singing. Oh well, that's it. We have success. We are running under its own power. Oh, the handbrake is not mounted yet. Nearly ripped it all through. Let's get this idling a little bit better and then just that way you guys can hear the noise, eh? There we have it. Adjusted a few settings in the Haltech and now it's idling pretty good. Obviously burning some coatings off the exhaust. That's all fresh. Everything is good. We've got amazing oil pressure. It's quiet. Alternator. We spat some oil out. That's probably why the belt was squealing. I didn't do anything about that bung. So I've got a bit of a clean up there. That's easy. Oh well. Around the back, this is the noise. Hiding down there is the muffler. I am watching as that happens. While I'm revving it there, I'm just seeing oil go. Terrible idea actually, but let's run it a little bit longer. We know clutch works, we know brakes work. I am over the bloody moon. Sorry, it's just a short video. This is purely celebration and she works. We have a rear-wheel drive Toyota Echo and I couldn't be happier. This has got to be one of Australia's best looking Echos, if not the best looking Echo, bits, whatever you want to call it in the world. I need to get the trumpets back on the intake, get that dipstick sorted. We're close. This is nearly road going. Obviously the interior's got a lot to go, and I got wiring, but it's still holding an idle. Be it the battery barely charging. But yeah, look at that. She is healthy as. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Let me know anyway, guys. What do you reckon? Is this the coolest bloody Echo you've ever seen? For me it is. I'm wrapped. Engine, so what the hell is that?